All right, guys. So in this lecture, we are going to look at the practical chemistry guide. Like I said earlier, you are not to copy exactly what you have here, except of course for some of the things. And anything that requires input of values, please endeavor to use your values. Just use what we have here as a guide. Don't copy word to words. Is that okay? Especially the ones that have to do with value. If it is all these examples of this, define this, and here you can copy. But when it comes to the values, please use the values that you got from your practical, except for some of you that didn't have values at all. Some of the values here are relatively correct. Hence, you can just tweak it a little to have your own values, but don't copy exactly. There are some that I will tell you to copy exactly, while there are some that you will need to change on one or two things using your values. Is that okay? So we have the practical activity 1.1, which deals with safety in the laboratory. And the question here says you should give examples of each categories of hazards. The first one you have is explosive, things that are capable of exploding in the laboratory. One of them, you have the trinitrotoluene, which is TNT, nitroglycerin, ammonium nitrate, and picric acid. Now, one thing that you can see that is peculiar to everything we have here is that each and every one of them have nitrogen in them. Is that okay? You can see, sorry about that. You can see the trinitrotoluene, nitro group. It has a nitro group in it. Nitroglycerin, nitro group. Ammonium has nitrogen inside of it. All these are the examples of what explosive. And you are to write just two. So you can pick anyone from this one and write it in your manual. Is that okay? Now the next one is flammables, things that are capable of catching fire, if you want to use that word. Example is ethanol. We have acetone, petrol, methanol, ethers. Is that okay? Now, if you go to the what is it called? To the petrol station or the fuel station, you always see an inscription. Most of their truck and even on the walls of the petrol station say highly what flammable. Are you getting it? So all petrol materials, crude oil, they are highly flammable. So examples of flammables we have in the laboratory, we have ethanol, we have acetone, we have petrol, we have methanol, and then we have what? Ether. Is that okay? So that is that. All right. Then we have the other one, corrosives. Corrosives, things that are corrosive, that can actually cause a kind of irritation in your skin. They can even burn you. Is that okay? Example is sulfuric acid, nitric acid, sodium hydroxide, and what? Hydrochloric acid. Almost all the strong acids here, they are examples of corrosives. So just fill in each of these ones into your manual. Then we have oxidizers, oxidizing agents. We have potassium permanganate, peracid, hydrogen peroxide, and chlorate. Then we have the compressed gas, like the nitrogen gas, propane gas, oxygen gas, and then carbon dioxide. Is that okay? All these are their compressed gases. Then irritants. Ammonium is an irritant. Formaldehyde is an irritant. Like the formalin is a NASA irritant. If you actually have gone to the anatomy laboratory before, formalin is used for preservation of these dead bodies in some of these most anatomy lab or preservation of organic matters or dead organic matters, and it has this very shocking smell. Is that okay? Another one is dust from fiberglass installation. Dust generally an irritant. They are NASA irritants. Then HCl gas is also an irritant. Then benzoyl chloride. Then toxic substances like arsenic. Arsenic is toxic. We have cyanide, mercury, carbon monoxide. They are toxic substances. Then examples of environmental hazards. We have pesticide, polychlorinated biphenyls, heavy metals, then oil spills. Then health hazard, that's where we have asbestos, biologic agents like the hepatitis B virus, then repetitive strain injuries, and then lead. The examples of what? Health hazard. So all you just need to do here is pick two out of these ones that we have here and then just copy for each of the category. Is that okay? Let's go to the next one quickly. The next question says define safety. What is safety? Now, safety is the condition of being protected from or unlikely to cause danger, risk, or injury. It refers to measures and practices that are put in place to prevent accidents, harm, or health hazard to individual, properties, or the environment. That is what safety is all about. For instance, you say, are you safe there? Say, yes, I'm safe. Why? Because you already put conditions in place, practices in place to ensure that, oh, maybe the environment is neat. If the environment is bushy, there is tendency that that is what? A hazard, because there is tendency that snakes may actually come from that bush and hurt you. But if you clear out the place, then you're actually practicing what? Safety, to ensure that, oh, all the bush around there, they are what? Cleared. Is that okay? Now, let us differentiate between hazard and accident. What is hazard and what is accident? Now, hazard is a potential source of harm or adverse effect. All right, a potential source of harm or adverse effect is an hazard. Then accident is an unplanned event that causes harm, injury, or damage. That is an accident. Anything that is capable of causing harm is an hazard. You know that this thing, tomorrow, if it causes you problem, you live on there. For instance, if maybe you actually scattered your furniture and the nail that was used to join the furniture together is still open there. It has not caused harm. As at that time, you call it what? A hazard. Is that okay? As at that point, you call it a hazard. But by the time you come waka, go shoot your leg put, by that time, accident has occurred. So anything that has the potential to cause harm or adverse effect is an hazard. Then when it happens, it becomes what? An accident. So the hazard is a condition or a situation, while accident is the incident or the outcome. So you are going to use a tabular form like this to distinguish between them. Examples of hazard, we have flammable liquid, exposed wire, and slippery floor. Flammable liquid, you might just leave it there. It's an hazard because just a little fire and the whole place is gutted with fire. Then exposed wire, you have a particular thing in your house, maybe you had a fan there before, you remove the fan and then refuse to put the wire inside. What happens after some time? Maybe you just decided, let me go and remove cobweb from there and there's light, your hand touch it, accident don't happen because of what? Exposed wire. So that exposed wire, at that time that it has not caused any accident, is a hazard. It has the potential to cause accident. Even slippery floor is a hazard because you might just be carrying water and walking through that slippery floor and then you fell, and what happened? You broke your head. It becomes an accident. Is that okay? So examples of accident now, due to this hazard, we have flammable liquid. It can cause fire outbreak. Exposed wire can cause electric shock. Then slippery floor can cause a fall on a wet floor. That is differences between hazard and accident. Is that understood? So we've been able to distinguish between these ones like this.